Hey everyone, Tamaki here again. Welcome to another installment of the PvP meta analysis. And today we'll go over the defensive meta, the defending team meta, which right now I believe is Tamaki +4 at the moment. Other defense team also work. I've seen success and variations of strong defending teams, but I think eventually once everyone reaches cap level, the Tamaki +4 team will definitely be on top. So what makes the Tamaki team so strong? The core member of the team, which is Tamaki, she targets enemy magic users, so the one with the highest magic attack. She's a skill which decreases their magic attack. She's a skill which sucks their TP for herself, and also her UB targets the highest magic attacking enemy, which usually outright kills them unless it's a Maho. So she removes the magical threats one by one, while your physical walls such as pudding or your mixed tanks Nozomi keeps the rest of the enemies at bay. It's a semi-stall team. Usually you win by timing out. Oftentimes the opponents can't even kill a single tank on your team. It's just very obnoxious, and with higher stars the team gets worse and worse. So let's discuss what supporting casts and what tanks you can use to make your Tamaki team really strong. So for the supports, we have Shizuru. So Shizuru is great in the sense that she provides that physical shield initially, and she can also heal your main tanks. So this is great in cases where Tamaki is a bit squishy, she can get hit. So you want her to stay healthy throughout the game, and Shizuru is a great support. Monica is also awesome. Monica speeds up your PvP team, so everything is faster on your side. She's just a great PvP unit to have. It's a bit offensive, and usually Monica is used to counter some of the other teams. I'll get I'll get into greater detail when we talk about the counters to the Tamaki team. Siren is used to speed up the Tamaki skills, because Siren, if you place her correctly next to Tamaki, she will charge Tamaki, and Tamaki will get her UB much faster to remove the threats. And also this is a bit more offensive in terms of setup, because Siren can deal decent damage as well. And Maho is great as a safe choice for the Tamaki team, because you can heal if anyone drops low, and also she can blind the second position enemy. So if, let's say, enemy is going very offensive to try to break through your walls, you can stop that by placing a Maho, making the second position enemy, which is usually a damage dealer, blind. So those are the supporting casts for Tamaki. For the front units, so those are your main tanks, you have Pudding, which essentially is your physical premier wall. 3-star Pudding at least will make everything much harder for the enemy to break through, as Tamaki removes the magic threats. Kuka is also good because Kuka, if you have her run with Pudding, her taunt can take a lot of the pressure off of Pudding. Sometimes the enemy team might go hyper offensive with a mage melt team and just try to brute force through the Pudding and then reach your Tamaki, but you can stop that by having a high star Kuka just to stop the mages. Pekko, some people don't really have alternatives, so Pekko is used as a semi-tank, at least 2 stars please, but she can be a tank in your composition as well if you don't have any other choices. Nozomi is the mixed tank. You can use her because she can stun for your front line, she can heal, and then she can also taunt, which is great. So I would say that out of the 3 tanks, Pudding is almost a must, because after the magic threats are removed, you want Pudding as the physical wall to stop any other physical damage coming through, and then Nozomi or Kuka with Pudding is fantastic. Usually you see this team with 3 tanks, so Nozomi, Kuka, Pudding plus Tamaki, and then 1 support, and that's really hard to deal with if you don't have the right comp, and its variations requires a lot of different things. So I've seen counters where you run a Monica plus Nozomi, so that Nozomi gets her taunt really fast because of the speed buff, and then Tamaki will use her UB on the taunting Nozomi. I've also seen Kuka used against Tamaki, because Kuka's taunt can also be timed against Tamaki's first UB, which then the Tamaki will waste it instead of on a magic user. But again, all of this can be countered by running a Saren or a Makoto, or a Monica on the Tamaki team, because you negate the speed buff from the opposing team so that the Tamaki Yubi comes out before any of the taunts come out, or Saren can charge Tamaki fast enough so that Tamaki Yubis before any of the taunts. So there's lots of variations to the Tamaki defending team, and that's why it's so great, because the enemies are kind of forced to build a lot of units to deal with this, and they might not have all the pieces. But yes, so that's all that's the defending team that I predict will be topping. There are other defending teams I'm not going to go into details about really, just because of the fact that it's a mix and match, and none of it really is as obnoxious as Tamaki, because you either mage melt through it, or you Reno Cannon if they're too squishy in the mid lines. But Tamaki is just a pain in the ass to deal with. So hopefully, this gives you some idea of how to build a defending team, and also some of the counters I've mentioned previously to help you somewhat deal with this. That is it in terms of the PvP analysis for the soft launch. Things might change when June come out. I'll be sure to update my videos regarding the PvP side of things then. So stay tuned.